Hi everybody, it's Geraldine here. Wishing you all a very happy Easter weekend. I hope whatever you're doing is fun today. We've been out in the sunshine, although gosh, it's got a bit breezy now, but we haven't really got spring here, not properly yet. It's still a bit chilly. In fact, we've got the heating on, so not great. But yay, it's Easter tomorrow, so we're very excited. Please pop on, say hi, tell me who's on, who's here. I'm going to answer the question that I get asked the most today. It's funny because I never realized how many times I was actually asked this question, but when I looked back on it, it's quite a lot, and it's an interesting question. And it's also interesting that I get asked it. When I asked some of my other colleagues and teammates, how many times they were asked it, they said not that many times really. So I came to the conclusion that either A, I wasn't telling people enough why, but also it seemed like it was a question that people were a bit curious to know why somebody like me would be doing what I'm doing. So anyway, we're going to talk about what that question is in a while. So anyway, just give me a wave, give me a hello, tell me who's on, and what else are we going to be doing this weekend? Well, big day tomorrow, Easter, obviously. Big day because it's Easter, of course. And I won't go into all the details about why Easter is important to me, because that's just the way it is. But the big thing I can say is that Lent ends tomorrow, which means chocolate. And unfortunately, I gave up biscuits and crisps as well. I'd like to say I lost some weight because of it. I'm not really sure because I never really weighed myself beforehand, but probably slimmed down a bit. But that all ends tomorrow. There's a massive, and I mean it's massive, cream egg in the living room. I'm just waiting for us to break into it. Hopefully it'll have masses of mini eggs inside it. If it doesn't, I'll be really disappointed. Because I remember back in the day when I was a kid getting, I think my record was about 27 or 28 Easter eggs. Ah, lovely. Thank you, Robin. You got your crystal ball out again. Yes, chocolate is in my near future. But oh my goodness, it was such a big day for me. But yeah, the most, I can't remember if it was 27 or 28. It could have been because I'd eaten one before I'd actually counted. But I had them all in my bedroom, like on this cupboard that my dad had built me, like a desk and a little over cupboard thing. And I had them all on top of that. Oh, it was like a little store. It was great. I was so happy. And I had so many of them. And in fact, during the week I was talking to a friend and she was lamenting the fact that Cadbury's had stopped putting the word Easter on some of their Easter eggs, which kind of struck me as a bit strange because they've always been known as Easter eggs, so why would they do that? And it is kind of random that some of the Easter eggs don't say Easter on them. They just say chocolate egg, right? So Cadbury's in their defence try to say, look, we've always kind of had a situation where sometimes we've mentioned the word Easter and sometimes we have not. Take for instance this Easter egg from, it must have been the 70s. But it was actually one of the Easter eggs that I had and I remembered it very, very well. And all it said on it was chocolate egg. So, the more things change, the more they stay the same. There you go. What can you say? But anyway, and then the other thing is then, obviously, it's the 1st of April. Now, normally I like to do a kind of April Fool's type of thing. But it's Easter and it feels a bit disrespectful to do something, so I probably won't do anything. My husband will be really glad about that because sometimes I've pulled off some rather naughty little April Fool's tricks, which I'll go into on a different day, but not today. And then the other thing is, of course, we have a new kudos for April from Younique. Can't wait to see what that is. And we also have, for the 1st of April, the release of the fragrances being available for people to buy. So, big day tomorrow. Let me just take a sip of tea. My Easter bunny. He's not really a cute Easter bunny, is he? He's kind of like he's a bunny with attitude. But there's just something endearing about his little face, and I love all the bunting that's on this cup as well. I actually got this cup last Easter, and I've been using it ever since. It was supposed to be a cup that only was going to be used for Easter. But I just love it so much, because also it's quite big, so, if you're Irish, you know what I mean. You want a decent cup of tea. What's the point of having those little cups? And it's not bone china. And yes, I agree, tea does taste better in bone china. But I'm also very bad. When I put it down on the desk, I get distracted. And as soon as I get distracted, I don't drink it and then it goes cold. So I like it to stay as warm as possible for as long as possible. So anyway. So there he is. So what else are we going to do? So we're going out for dinner, or lunch rather, tomorrow, and then hopefully going to a little festival and stuff. So it'll be nice. It's been a nice long weekend, but as I say, it has not been very warm. Although there were people on the beach today, and God bless them, there was one couple who were actually in the water. Now, they must have been from Northern Europe. There's no way they were from Spain, because it is, it's chilly in there. It's chilly. We don't swim until about, I'd like to say June, but actually realistically it's more like July or even August. It has to be like really, really warm for me to get in the water. So anyway, but I will go on and answer the question that I get asked the most. And it is, Geraldine, why on earth did somebody like you get involved in network marketing? Now, the way it's asked, it's really interesting. It's either A, we think you're too smart to get involved in network marketing. B, we can't believe it took you so long to get involved in network marketing. C, I mean, the list can go on and you can read into what you want. But it's a really interesting question. And the answer is very simply one thing. It provided a solution. Just one solution. That was it. Now, the solution it provided, personally for me, was that it got me to a situation where I was able to use a particular brand without having my face break out all over the place. Now, this may not seem like a very big thing, and in the grand scheme of what's going on in the world, it's pretty trivial. But to me, it was important. A, because it was very painful to be breaking out in acne rosacea all the time, using other brands of makeup. So that was it. It was just one thing, and it was finding a solution. And I think that's the answer to the question, really. It's finding a solution to something. Now, network marketing is, for a lot of people, a complete no-no. And that's fine. We all choose to do what we want to do. But the way the world is going at the moment, I just think it's got to be something that has to be looked at in far more detail. It's a format for women, and I have these women on my team who ordinarily would not be going out to work because either they have children, or maybe they're semi-retired, or they just can't find jobs. Now, in certain countries that is an issue. Jobs are thin on the ground, particularly in Spain, particularly if you can't speak Spanish, which is a major thing. And, you can't really be expected to go and find a job speaking the Spanish that maybe we all generally speak here, which is kind of beginner Spanish. It takes a lot of years to break it and to be fluent. And for a lot of people, that just isn't an option. So there's a solution. It gives you a solution to be able to have your own business. You can run it from your own home. You can run it from your own computer. You can run it from your phone. I know girls who just do it from their phone. I mean, that to me is amazing. Obviously, they're probably younger than me. They know how to use their phone to much better effect than I do. I like a computer. I like to be able to have my website. I like to be able to see what I'm doing. And of course, I have to occasionally wear the glasses. So that's also a downfall as well. So I like to have my computer. But the options it gives you as far as solutions are concerned. Somebody said to me the other day, oh, I knew somebody who did that, and she wasn't making anything. She was only earning 50, it was pounds actually, so I'll keep it in pounds. She was only earning £50 a month. So it really wasn't worth it. Oh, really? £50? What world are you living in that £50 is not worth anything? For this particular woman that he was talking about, because I did actually quiz him, I'm not going to mention who it was because somebody knows. But when I said, well, what was she using the £50 for? He said, well, I don't know. And I said, well, does she have any children? And he just said, yeah. She has a couple of, under the age of 12 children. Well, £50 is going to buy a child a pair of shoes that, perhaps they're not going to be in a situation to do in a timely manner. So I think it's really disingenuous to say to somebody, oh, well, it's only £50 a month. Because that £50 is a solution. And it's a solution that has come because they have the facility to be able to work in their own home, on their computer, and actually just, build up their business. So that is my question that I get asked all the time. So I want to know from you, what question, apart from that, would you ask? This is a genuine inquiry, really, because I really need to know what people are feeling about it, and also what the questions would be. So if you've been thinking about it, and you think A, you can't do it, or it's too difficult, or you don't have the resources, or anything else, I want you to call me, or Facebook me, or FaceTime me, or phone me, whatever the thing is called, so that we can have a discussion about it. Because the one thing it will give you is a solution to a problem. Either a problem of time, a problem of money, a problem of the actual products that we have. You know, maybe you have a similar situation to me. Maybe you cannot wear makeup because it brings you out in God knows what, acne, rosacea, or allergies, any number of things. There's so many things, and it's going to be personal to you. So I want to know, A, what your problem is, and I can probably say to you there will be a solution to it. Now, it may not be in makeup, it could be in any number of other things. There are many products around, and I, from the point of view knowing how important it is to generate income, will actually have friends who do other things. Now, if those things are things that I need, then I'm going to be buying from them. I'm not going to be going to Tesco's or Sainsbury's or Massey Mass or Consume or anywhere else, because I know that me supporting them in their business is really important. It's important for them to build up their business. It's also important for me to support their business. And even if I don't purchase directly from them, I still support their business in that I give their pages likes. There's so many different things you can do. So anyway, that's the question. So let me know, and I wish you all a happy Easter. I hope you have lots of chocolate and lots of fun. Thanks for popping on, Robin. I really appreciate that. I realise a lot of people are going to be out and about shopping and so on and so forth. So hit me a hashtag replay if you're watching this video afterwards. I would really appreciate it. And happy Easter, and don't forget, if your day is not shaping up like you want it to, change the shape. Bye bye, guys.